Okay, so this session will be recorded for future reference. In case you need to refer to it later, you can always do that. All right. So my name is Ernest Andugo, and you received this invite from me. However, I was sending that invite courtesy of my co-facilitator in the masterclass for teaching online, cohort 4. There have been 3 cohorts before you. So this is cohort 4, and we hope to have a good time with you. So before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge, I will introduce my co-facilitator in a moment, but I would like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Bernadette Kiaria. Actually, she's sitting right next to me. Bernadette, do you want to say a word?
Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. So my name is Bernadette, as Ernest has said, and we are really happy to have you. We are very happy that you have decided to take this masterclass. It is 2 weeks of rigorous learning, and you will be taken through an orientation in this session, and you will see that it is possible. Your colleagues have done it before, and so it is something that is tried and tested and will be excellent for you in the near future. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Bernadette. You should have just told me that so that I relay the message, but thank you nonetheless. Okay, so I thought Philip would be here by now, but I think he's still joining. But without further ado, kindly allow me to welcome my co-facilitator, Professor Tutaleni Asino, all the way from Oklahoma State University. I do not want to do the introduction on his behalf, so he's right here, and I think he can do it himself. Well, Prof. Tutaleni, over to you.
Thank you very much, Ernest. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Tutaleni Asino, and I'm coming. I like the music by Gideon. All right, I muted Gideon. I think he was jamming at the end of the day, so I'm all about that. So again, I'm coming to you from Oklahoma State University here in the US. It's about 9 in the morning, so I'm just getting my day started, and I think most of you are getting coming to the end of your day. So I'm really excited to be here with you and to be engaging with you in this course for the next 2 weeks. So. Over to you, Ernest.
Thank you. Thank you, Prof. Let me acknowledge also the people who've come before us. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Juliana. She's with us.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to cohort 4. We just completed cohort 3.
Okay, all right. Juliana says, acknowledges that. I can also see, who do I see here? Prof. Safari. Hi, how are you?
Hi, hello everyone. It is good to see you, Ernest and Tutaleni. Safari Wambaleka, I'm joining you from Washington, D.C. I'm just 1 hour ahead of Tutaleni. So we just finished facilitating cohort 3, and you are cohort number 4. So we can tell you you're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of good time, but please plan to start immediately. I wish you the very best in your learning.
All right, thank you, Prof. Safari. I think we'll acknowledge the others as they come in. I'm sorry if I didn't see your name. We will proceed. So at this moment, I'd like to invite back Professor Tutaleni to give us the program for today.
All right, fantastic. Let me share my screen so that we can all be looking at the same thing. All right, if you are seeing my screen, please just use the chat window to say yes. So if you're online, I know that Ernest can see it, but everybody just chat in to say yes. All right, I'm seeing that. Fantastic. See, we're gonna have just a great time because we already have the first in-class participation happening. So so this is good. So we just want to give a quick overview of what we have going on in cohort 4. As was said earlier, there were 3 other groups that went before you that have, as Dr. Bernadette said at the beginning, really had a great time with this and learned a lot. And Prof. Safari can also attest to the one that just finished. But there's a lot of work that is going to take place. And our whole aim really is to ensure that you have the skills that you need to move forward and being an excellent online educator and facilitator. So let me just quickly go through in terms of what we're going to be covering today. We have really 3 main things. We'll give an overview and understanding of the course learning outcomes. We'll talk about some strategies of how to be successful in the course. And then we'll end up with doing a quick course navigation on that. So if you're familiar with Blackboard already, some of these as far as navigation might not be very new to you. But even if this is the first time you're doing this, we will ensure that you're ready to get started. And we will always be available to answer any questions through various communication means that we're going to be sharing later on. So let's start off here just with the course learning outcome that we're trying to achieve. This is a mix of learning outcomes and some objectives for the class. What we're really hoping for here is that you will feel like you're a member of a learning community. Learning communities only thrive if you're able to contribute to them. That's really the key to successful online education, is that because we are all distributed, we are all in different spaces, being able to be engaged, to contribute is the key to a successful learning community. So we really expect that you will be engaged and participating in all the modules and any live sessions that we offer. In the end, we are hoping that you will be able to demonstrate a proficiency of Blackboard as a learning management system, especially in terms of how to navigate it from a student's perspective. Often, many of us who teach only know a class from our perspective as educators, as instructors. But it's really different to be sitting in the audience, to be sitting in the classroom when you're being taught, to see how students experience it, to see, if you're going through Blackboard and you're experiencing some frustration, more than likely that your students will experience similar frustration. If you're liking a sessions, your students might also enjoy the same thing. So our hope here is that you'll be able to demonstrate proficiency in this Blackboard learning management system and be able to navigate it and understand how students will see it as well. The other outcome here is where at the end of this, we expect that you'll be able to describe the different key components of online student success. And the last part of this sentence is really important in terms of in a regional context, because all learning is context specific, right? So your students are going to be experiencing it based on their context. And you know this context better than anybody else who is not in the spaces that you're teaching. So we're hoping that you'll be able to understand what online student success means, like especially in that regional context. The next one is about quality matters, and quality matters is is a system through which we check, for lack of better words, the quality of online instructions. So our hope here is that you'll be able to analyze the value of implementing that Quality Matters rubrics in a course design. Quality Matters rubrics have been around for a long time, and they've been tried and tested around the world. So we're hoping that you'll be able to know how to implement that in your course design. We also want you to be able to design a lesson for a course that demonstrate instructional alignments using a measurable learning outcomes with supporting materials and an assessment. So when you get to module 2, we really, it's one of those, you have to we're asking you to demonstrate what an effective instructional alignment looks like. So part of this class is not just us giving you the materials, but also you having to demonstrate your understanding of those things. One of the really important part of online education, and I think really teaching in general, is interactivity in a classroom. So what we're hoping you will also learn from this is that how to design engaging student interactions that can facilitate and lead to learning. Keep in mind that often online classes can mean that the person is doing this on their own. They can also feel very lonely. So the way you design interactions in the classroom, especially student to student, because you don't want to be the only one who is engaging, who is interacting. You want the students to interact with you, but you also want the students to interact with each other. And being able to design those effective interactions are the vehicle through which you can really facilitate learning for students. So we are hoping that you'll be able to learn how to design those engaging student-to-student interactions. The next one for us, again, the important one, especially when you get into module 4, is to be able to recognize different pedagogical approaches for delivering course content online. And these have changed for those of us who spend our time engaging and researching in these spaces. Online pedagogy continues to develop, continues to evolve. It used to be at the beginning that people believe that if you just convert things to PDF, puts them online, that makes an online class. Of course, we have learned over time that that doesn't work. So there is really effective approaches for delivering course content online. Some of them are similar to what you would do in a face-to-face classroom, but some of them are uniquely positioned for effectiveness in an online space. So we are hoping that you will be able to learn some of those and to be able to really analyze those different approaches. In modules 4 and 5, you will be able to learn a bit more about design and delivery techniques of effective instructional content. So the learning outcome there is that you should be able to describe some of these design and delivery techniques in those modules. And the second to last, this is really important here. Instructor presence is the cornerstone of online education. One of the best comment and feedback that I got from a student in my online class was a criticism. And they said to me, is like, well, in this class, it felt like I was just teaching myself because we didn't see you, you weren't very present. Students will notice when you're not present in the classroom. Students will notice if the class seems like it's just running by itself. So we're hoping to be able to communicate and show effective ways of developing and promoting instructor presence. So being able to prepare content for optimizing instructor presence in an online class is a cornerstone of module 5. And it's really important for us to know when we're teaching online classes. And lastly, being able to create a plan for implementing a masterclass resource in an online class will also be something that we are hoping you will take away from from this as a class. All right. Let me pause here for a quick moment. Anybody has any questions on that before I move on? And feel free to use the chat feature if you have any questions, any comments as we go. I'll just keep going, but I want us also to be able to have an opportunity to engage. So how do you become successful in this class? How do you finish this class effectively? One of the biggest things that we want to convey is time management. And Prof. Safari mentioned this, alluded to it at the beginning of, when he said hello, especially in reflection to the last class that we taught, the master class. This is a fast-paced class, and it really only works if we manage your time better, your time very well. So it's a condensed class. We can make it longer, but we also know that everybody has a lot of other things on their schedule. So we condense it to be able to get through the materials. It's a fast pace, and to be able to finish and be successful, it means that you have to really be careful of the submission deadlines. Please, 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 in your first instances of reviewing the class, take down and take note of the deadlines. Put them in whatever management tool you use, whether it's putting it in your calendar so that you have reminders popping up, or whatever diary that you use will really be effective and useful for that. If an item is labeled as read or watch, that's one way of us signaling that it's really important, that you really need to read it, really need to watch it, because more than likely, some of the quizzes and assessments are gonna be coming from those articles or videos that are labeled with read or watch. If it says browse for general information, it's still important, which is why we have it in there. But you can, if you're pressed for time, you can glance through it, and that should still be sufficient as well. Save the links for later if there are things that are interesting to you. You're not always going to have access to this learning management system or to this specific class. So if you're finding something that you really think is interesting to you, please save it for your own record later. And know that perfection is not what we're going for here. We're looking for learning to occur and for you to be able to understand these things. But often, as we know, anyone who has taught has known that, you become a teacher over time. You become a good teacher over time. So you're not going to teach the class the first time perfectly. You will probably have to go through multiple iterations. So we're not expecting that everything you submit is going to be perfect. We're expecting, of course, the best work you can produce at that moment, but don't let perfection paralyze you. And it's best to follow these modules in a sequential order. What that basically means is that it's not advisable to jump from module to module, but to really follow them from module 0 to module 5. Some of them you will have no choice but to do it that way, because this course uses what's called an adaptive learning approach. So that means that to be able to get to module 2, you would have had to do the tasks that are in module 1. That's how it is for the most time, but some things you'll be able to go back and forth, but it's really advisable that you move in an appropriate sequence. You may be introduced to some new technologies in this course. So get ready to play around, to have fun with them. Don't let the technology intimidate you. I promise you, you won't break it. So feel free to just use it. So things like flashcards, if you've never used them before, would be another technology. Flip, which used to be called Flipgrid, if you have been using it before, is one of those really effective tools for promoting engagement and discussion in the classroom. And you also have a workload estimator to be able to sort of estimate how long your workload would be in module 1. Google Slides, if you use a Google account, Google has an effective suite of a variety of tools. So we're going to be exploring Google Slides and Objective Builders in module 2. Padlet will be another tool you will use in module 3. It's a really good, effective student-to-student interaction tool there. Google Docs is a great collaborative tool in module 4. And then in module 5, we'll close off with perusal and aspects of peer review. So some of these you might have known before. Some of them you're going to be using for the first time. The best advice here is that even if you're not feeling comfortable, keep in mind that the objective and the goal of this is for you to experience it the way a student would. So please try it out. Let us know what is frustrating. Let us know what you're enjoying, because more than likely your students will also feel the same. We have some frequently asked questions here that we have curated over the last few sessions that I just wanted to go through. One of the main questions here that we always get asked is, how do I gain access to the tools used in this course? Whatever tools that we are going to ask you to use, there are going to be clear directions given in that course, in that module. So very rarely, if ever, would we ask you to look for tools outside of the class. So everything that you're going to need is, for the most part, going to be contained in the class. Now, despite our best efforts, some things change. So you might click on a link that could be broken when you're clicking on it, even though when we placed it in there, it was working effectively. So if that happens, you can't access something, please reach out and let us know. How long do I have access to the resources in this workshop? As I said earlier, please save your resources that you are really excited about. But for the purpose of length, you're going to have access to this for about a year. So make sure that you save whatever you can. So one of the questions that we always get is like, well, you guys say this thing is fast-paced and it's a lot of work. Why is this workshop only 2 weeks long? Well, it's been taught for many years, and for us, 2 weeks has sort of served as the sweet spot, so that we're not taking up too much time from your work, but we're giving you what you need. So 2 weeks has been an efficient time frame for this. And again, one goal is to expose you to these things, and hopefully you will be curious enough to want to learn more. What is required for successful completion? For us, success looks like if you are able to successfully complete this workshop with 80% or higher, that's success. So that's the expectation, that you will successfully complete this workshop when you have completed the work with an evaluation of 80% or higher. That's the important part here for us. So communication, there's community forums on throughout the course. If you've used other management systems, some of them might be called discussion boards, but these are communication forums. Course emails, please feel free to send us emails if you have any questions, if you need, if there's something that you need. Send course messages. All these communication tools are there for you to be able to interact with us and also with each other. So I'm going to stop here and pass it back to Ernest to give us a demonstration of Blackboard.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you, Prof. Tutaleni. I think I saw a question on the chat. Let's just look at that. Martin asked, will this content be shared with us? I'm not certain which content Martin is referring to. But
I think it's the PowerPoint that we just shared. And I don't think there's any reason why we couldn't share that. We can post that to the class if somebody wants to take a look at that.
Okay. All right, fantastic. Now, as we go along, please, you can put your questions, comments on the chat, and then we'll take them from there. Okay, so let me just share my screen so that you are able to see. I'm going to take approximately 5 minutes to demonstrate this, because the good thing is you guys are already, you're already familiar with Blackboard, you know how to navigate it. But now the only difference is you're doing this from a student perspective. So there might be slightly different. You might find yourself maybe a bit frustrated at some point, but that's why we're doing this. So if you allow me, let me quickly take you through. Now, this is what you expect to land on when you open the course. It's already available to you by virtue of you being in this meeting, means that you're already enrolled in this course, and that's how you got the course announcement, okay? So I'm demonstrating this. Let me just turn my edit mode off. We know about this. This is the landing page that you expect to land on, and it's the welcome page. Now you notice the welcome page comes under course overview and introduction, among other things, which we'll go through. Now on the welcome page, you'll get the course description. So basically, whatever Professor Tushaleni has gone through, you'll actually get to read it more in detail. So what the course is all about, what you need to do to get started, a course navigation video similar to what we are doing right now. So it will be there for your reference. Some course learning outcomes, which you've already gone through, and you really need to read through this. Now, on the right-hand side, you will see our meeting dates. The first one is today, obviously, and it will be via Zoom. Our next meeting date will be next week on Thursday, 11th May, and this will be at the halfway point. So there'll be no Zoom session similar to this one as we go along. And then also you'll get your instructor information. So in case you need to email directly, you can always do that. And we've also included their virtual office hours, which you can get to read about. Now, still under course overview and introduction, we have instructor information. So Tushaleni's bio, you'll find it there. You can read more about him, because I know some of you are meeting him for the first time, but you already know about this guy, so you can read about him and get to know him better. So that is there under instructor information. Now coming to the course syllabus, and by the way, as we do this, you're at liberty to open your Blackboard and go through it. The other thing you will find is the course syllabus. So this is broken down. The course description, prerequisite, the course learning outcomes, again, we meet them here. And you'll notice these things are placed strategically because they should already start to open your mind to what goes into an online course. All right, so how do you access the course? The computer requirements, what do you need? The technology, the browsers, what other software do you need? What you need to be successful, and submitting assignments. Now, if I could say something here, what we've done, we've put an assignment tracker, which is a downloadable Word format. So you can download it, save it somewhere on your computer, and you can always refer to it just to know if you're on the right track. And we'll talk more about the course schedule, right? So you can download that. Grading, how will you be graded during this course? So we have 5 modules, all right? So module 0 all the way up to module 5, so technically 6 modules, and this is how they'll be graded. So you'll find probably there's a quiz in module 0, and it's worth 1 point. There's a flip video post, and this is a social contribution, and you'll find it's worth 10 points. Maybe there's a final assignment, and it's an assignment, and it's worth 20 points. And you can see how these grades are distributed. Quizzes are worth 7%, assignments 50, social contributions 43. So you can go through that. Late or missed assignments, please. If you feel that you're not going to meet any of the deadlines, please notify your facilitators in good time. 48 hours is good, right? Because we understand, of course, life takes over at some point, but please, it is important that you communicate in advance. So again, the assignment tracker is there. You can always download it. Communication, Tushaleni already alluded to this. So we have a community forum, which I'll show you, and you can always communicate via email. And of course, we have these live sessions, which we will actually record and avail to you. Now, we've taken time to make this course as accessible and inclusive for all different types of learners. So we have an accessibility statement there, and we also have a syllabus disclaimer, right? So that's under course syllabus, still under course overview and introduction. Now, when it comes to the course schedule, and I think you need to visit this space a lot more, you will find the modules broken down with the due date. So if there's just an activity, an assessment, or anything that is due, you will find the due dates put there. For instance, module zero activities would be due on this coming Sunday, 7th. And the same goes for module 1, module 2, you'll find the dates there. And then in week 2, as we go into week 2, you'll get into module 3, module 4, and module 5. Now, module 5 has a bit more to submit, but that's because you are closing. It's the end of it. There's all these things that you've learned, so now you need now to bring them all together. And I will talk more about module 5 in a moment. All right, so I'm moving away from course overview and introduction, where we've gone through the welcome page, instructor information, course syllabus, and course schedule. Now, the next section you will find on the navigation pane on the left is the course learning modules. Now, if I click that, okay, this is the first thing you will see, module 0. And the reason you will see that is, as Tutor Lenny had already spoken to this, we are using an adaptive approach, okay? So we set something called an adaptive release on all the modules. So unless you go through the activities in module 0, module 1 won't be accessible to you. So for instance, if I need to go into module 0 and you're already familiar with this, you simply click that, and this would apply to all the modules, okay? So I would get an overview, all right? For instance, this module has time management tip, privacy policy, but there will be different materials for different modules. And then you'll find some assessments, whether they are quizzes, discussion boards, right? So you will find all of them there. Now, the way we've designed it is for you to move from module 0, you'll need to take the academic integrity quiz, you'll have to take the syllabus quiz, you'll need to introduce yourself in the discussion forum. And the good thing about these assessments is you can take them as many times as you want, but provided you score the full marks, which will be 7 in total, then you'll be able to move to the next module. So what I'm gonna do is quickly go back to my learning modules where we saw the module 0. I'm gonna turn my edit mode on for this demonstration. But as you can clearly see, the other modules are hidden and right available to you. So module 1, about online student success, module 2, course content, course quality, module 3, effective student interaction, module 4, teaching online, and module 5, instructor presence. Now, inside each module, you'll encounter some sort of assessment, whether it's a quiz or an assignment. So you will take those assessments, and then the next module will open up. So remember about the issue about taking these things sequentially. This will be important. Now, we acknowledge that some of you may move so fast. There are some who may move, a bit slower. But it is important that where you encounter a social engagement activity, that you always come back, and you will see it in the instructions. So if you're talking about a discussion forum where you need to introduce yourself and talk to 2 other colleagues, then you will need to come back. So don't rush ahead of the class, but you always need to stay engaged. The other thing under learning modules are the course resources. So here we try and bring resources, whatever material we find and we think will be useful to you, we bring it here. For instance, this is a self and peer assessment video, and you will encounter this in module 5, where you'll be expected to assess your colleagues. You'll do a peer review. Now, the thing about peer review, and we'll keep talking about this, the thing about peer review, unlike other assessments, it has hard-coded dates. So if you need to submit your review, say on Friday, the 5th, and then you come on the 6th, you won't be able to submit. All right, so that's your submission. If the review date is between Friday, 5th of May to Sunday, 7th of May, if you come on the 8th, you won't be able to do a review. So we'll talk more about this, and especially in some email communication that we'll be sending out. But also it is important that you read the instructions for all, for anything that you encounter. Under quick links, we put up the community forum. This is what we are talking about. So it's actually a discussion board, okay? Think of it as a WhatsApp group. The questions we've always had is, why can't we have a WhatsApp group for this class? We want everything consolidated in one space, okay? So, and we want to be able to revisit these things at some point. So remember, this course is available to you 1 year later on, but you'll remember my colleague spoke about, a certain concept. It was in the community forum. Let me just go back there and check. You won't get that with WhatsApp, okay? So this is a discussion forum, and I think you know how this works. You simply click and you'll be able to comment. And now this is not graded, so anything passes, whether it's feedback on how the course is being run, whether it's a new idea that came to you and you feel that it needs to be discussed outside the other assessment, then by all means. All right. USIU Zoom, you can join this meeting via this link. We'll also put this recording and the other one that we will do, we'll upload them under this section. Announcements you're already familiar with. As you can see, you actually attended this meeting based on this that we sent out. If we organized you into groups, you'll see there. But my grades, you'll be able to track your progress if you click on my grades. So this is what your students actually go through. Remember, I will say you'll navigate Blackboard from a student perspective. At times you get those questions from your students that I'm not able to see my grades, I cannot track it. And then probably you have to call somebody in the e-learning department, USIU Online or IT to help guide the student. Now you'll actually get to experience that so that you can appreciate. Okay. We also have student tools. So here you can come, send your course messages. So you can message your instructors or other course participants, but you can also send an email. The difference here is course messages actually keep log of that communication. Okay, so you'll be able to see your outbox, your sent items, and stuff like that. Course email is different. When you send an email, it goes. It does not store that communication log. So that's the difference. So, but you can choose either way. That communication will be received and attended to. The other thing you'll expect to find are the contact for technical support. And with that, that's a quick run through of the course. I don't know if we have any questions.
Yes, I do. Ernest, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Prophet Doyle.
Very good. Now there is, just go down in the same page you are in.
Yes.
There is an area you said you can download this. It was a schedule, something schedule. So,
assignment tracker.
No. Schedule. Was it in this page? It was among the first pages that you opened.
Okay. I can go to the course syllabus. All right. I believe this is what you're referring to.
You said this can be downloaded as well?
Yes, you simply need to click. All right. And it will download in Word format. If you can see my screen, you see it has actually downloaded. It's just that.
No, not that one.
Okay, sorry, there's some interference. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that. Someone is attempting to land a helicopter.
Let him land safely.
Sorry.
I think, Ernest, that is the best student excuse.
Yeah, please just take it, Prof.
So, I'm waiting to have a student use that as an excuse in my class that I couldn't hand in my assignment because somebody was landing a helicopter. I'm sorry. While we wait for Ernest to come back on, are there other questions that I can answer?
Mine has not been answered.
Okay. All right, Prof. Can you restate it again?
Just go back to this left-hand side. There is those items on the left-hand side.
Okay.
The very first one that Ernest referred us to.
Okay. Let me reclaim access.
Before instructor info, is it information or?
Right.
I'm sorry, this is taking longer than expected. Do you want to run that question again?
Yeah, there is an area you said that we download some schedule. I want to refer you there and ask, why would we need that? How is it important to have it downloaded? You know, just go on the left. The section you started with before the instructors what? Okay. Instructors introduction or what? This welcoming page.
Okay. So let me see if I got this. So this is the welcome page, and we went through this. Okay. Okay.
Yes, up there. There's somewhere up there. Description.
You see it?
No, it's
okay.
It's
all right. So the next thing, I'm gonna skip instructions. Sorry.
Syllabus. Go to syllabus now.
Okay. Syllabus. Yes.
Yes.
Can I address that question, Ernest?
Okay, please. I think I'm struggling to hear.
Yeah, the question he's asking actually, I believe it refers to the assignment tracker. And I know in the previous cohort, we said it might be even ideal to just remove it. That's the one I believe he's referring to. And the answer to that is that you don't have to download it. You can just follow the schedule that is in the left navigation bar. It's just some people just want to, have something where they can check off what they did, but it's not like you are required to use that specific feature. Yeah. Back to you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Prof. Odoye, was that clear enough?
It's okay, so thank you.
All right. Yeah. So it's just something you download on your computer, just, for reference, for your personal reference. But the same information is available right there. Okay. Okay. What's the other question we have? Okay. How do you open Blackboard as a student? I think we've covered that, right? So your course is available on your Blackboard profile. So you log in just the same way you would log in, and then you'll find it among your list of courses. The only difference is it will show you courses where you are a student. So you simply click that. Where do you access them from? I think this has been addressed. Okay. With regards to Google, to what extent will we learn about this tool? I'm interested in how this tool will be used effectively. Okay, I think Bernadette addressed this. But all the technologies that you'll be introduced to in this course, you'll actually, you'll find instructions on how to use them. And of course, we are here to support you in case you get stuck. So if you feel a certain technology is overwhelming, or maybe you find that you're excited to use it, then you can always reach out, and then I will guide you accordingly. That's the whole essence of this course.
So Ernest, sorry, just one more, right?
Yes.
In our Blackboard course shells, now, how will this particular course be indicated? Because I saw one yesterday, I was trying to maneuver, and I saw there was multiple choice questions. So I attempted question 1, it took me to question 2. I went to question 3, that was referring me to read some passage, which I could not see. So I'm like, is it the same one, or this is a separate one? How will this be indicated on Blackboard?
Okay, maybe what I should have done is show you from the point where you log in. When you log on to Blackboard, this is usually the page where you land on, correct? Now,
yes,
because you are faculty, you are used to seeing your courses here, courses where you are an instructor. I am aware that you are probably seeing courses, more courses probably from the last year. However, okay, among the courses that you see, there will be one where you are enrolled as a student, and it will probably come at the bottom of the list. As you see, the courses on top here are courses where I am an instructor. Here, there are courses where I am a student. There are courses where I am a teaching assistant. So you will find them here. But still, if you go to the courses tab, the same applies. So courses where you are an instructor, and if you scroll down, you will find course where you are a student. Okay.
Ernest, 1 minute. Ernest.
Yes, Philip.
Let me just help you out.
Okay.
Can you go back to courses?
Right here.
Yes. Can you scroll where it says course list to the top? Course list.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, if you click on that wheel, click on it, then scroll down. They need to check down. No, go up. Go up. Okay.
Is my app or yeah?
Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay.
There's somewhere that they need to click term. Organized by term or something like that. How come I'm not? You are in the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're in admin mode. Yeah, so that's why you are not able to see that. Then it will organize your courses by term, and also where you are an instructor, and also where you are a faculty.
Okay, but
yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Philip. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. In case you still have challenges, or you can always reach out so that we guide you accordingly.
Now, Ernest,
Sorry?
pardon me. He just said that there are courses where you are an instructor and those that where you are a faculty. And those meaning the same thing, or they are different. And if those that you are a student are more than one, then how will this specific one be indicated? That's my question.
That is your question. Okay, so let me see if I got you correctly. You're asking how this course is titled. Is that correct?
Exactly, on Blackboard, among the so many ones that are there, you know.
Okay, fantastic. Now, if you can see my screen, okay, there's a course titled MCL 004, Masterclass for Teaching Online, in bracket cohort 4.
Very good.
Yes, and the communication that comes to you from this course actually comes with this name. So that should help you out. So Masterclass for Teaching Online, cohort 4. That's what you're looking for.
Very good. That's what I'm looking for, man. So there will be cohort 4 there. Beautiful.
sorry, we had to go around. In my defense, there was a helicopter, you know, in one of those places. So it's fine. Okay. Any other question? Lucy asks, is it possible to, sorry?
Ernest.
Who am I?
Ernest, can you hear me?
Oh yes, Prof. Hi.
Good. Now, I had initially enrolled, I don't know whether in cohort 1 or cohort 2, not so sure.
Okay.
And already done those questions. There are those very initial questions that you must pass before you proceed,
Yes.
which I did and passed 100%. Do I
Yes.
still have to do those questions again?
Philip, you want to take this?
Yes, yes, yeah, Prof. Yes, you have to do them. This is a new course. And for you to be able to proceed to the next module 1 from module 0, you must pass again those questions by 100%. So unfortunately, the answer is yes.
This is not a new course. It's the same course, but a different cohort.
Yes. So
That's
the new cohort, yeah, the new cohort, we cannot be able to segregate it from the cohort 2, 3, and 1.
Okay.
So this is a new course shell for the cohort 4.
Okay.
So whatever you did in cohort 1 remained in cohort 1. When we created the cohort 4, this is a totally new course shell. Same course, totally new course shell.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Prof.
All right. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Prof, for that question. Okay.
May I add something, Ernest, to that question?
Yes, please.
I think this is a teachable moment. When you're working on assignments, it's good to work on them on your computer first, save your copy, because you never know. Technology sometimes fails. Maybe you're trying to post something and you did not work on it on the computer first. If something goes wrong with your internet, electricity, whatever it is, then you lose everything. So I always advise my students when I teach online that everything they are going to submit, they need to save a copy there. So for the professor who had worked on certain things before in previous cohorts, if you have that information on your computer, you can just basically submit the same assignments that you had already worked on. Back to you, Ernest.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. That's another strategy for success. So we can use that. Quickly, because I see we are running out of time here. Lucy asks if she can get email communication on her personal Gmail. The answer would be no, because Blackboard uses the emails, the email addresses that are available there. So please always check your email. And, you know, again, if I could use Safari's terms, this is a teachable moment because students actually ask these questions as well. But unfortunately, it won't be possible. So we highly encourage that you use your YesIU email. You always check them.
My problem, Ernest,
yes.
if I could add, my problem is that I'm an agent.
Yes.
I'm not always available to come to campus. And this thing keeps falling off. The USIU email is the most unreliable email I've ever used. I mean, like right now, I can't use Chrome. I have to go to Mozilla and Firefox, and Firefox seems to be on and off. So when I call ICT, they tell me you have to bring your computer to campus. You know, like today, I didn't get this email. I had to get a colleague to forward me the email. I don't know what we are going to do, because for those of us who are not teaching any class, we might not get there. We might not get what you're asking us to do on time. I thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think I understand now. What you do, can you please, you know, we can take this offline. You can contact me personally, and then we'll ensure that you're able to access your email from wherever you are. This is something that we can easily sort out. I'm surprised that it's taken this long. Sorry about that. So you can reach out to me and we'll sort it out, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. And where is your phone number? Is it somewhere?
I've put my email on the course. So just if you reach out to me, we can organize. Probably we can even do a live Zoom session so that I assist you remotely, so you don't have to come to campus. Okay. So when you're ready, just write to me. There's my email address. You can reach out to me, and then we'll organize for a session where we can help you out. Is that fair?
Thanks, Mike. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Ernest, yeah, and I think Tutaleni has asked something. Can they forward the USIU emails? Yeah, they can be able to forward the emails to another account. Probably what we can do is we'll get those instructions and they can forward from USIU email to Gmail.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, Ernest, there's a question that was raised by one Lucy regarding the 2 weeks, timeline, and I share the same sentiments, especially the submission dates that are fixed on Sunday. Can't there be flexibility when the 2 weeks are not yet done? You know, you could have a day or two, must it be, Sunday, like 7, like, still have 1 more week to go. Can that flexibility be accorded to us? Thank you.
All right. Prof. Tutaleni?
The course, as we said, is really fast paced, and the deadlines are sort of set in such a way to help us get through the content. I do recognize that is a quick turnaround, but we really do have to stick to those deadlines. Now, we do know that sometimes life does happen, and you could have an emergency that does not allow you to meet a specific deadline. In that situation, then please reach out to us and we'll do our best to assist and accommodate. But for right now, the deadlines that we have set, we have to stick by them because we have also seen that they are the ones that have worked to us over the years of teaching this class.
Okay.
So, Arnold, it is Sunday, what time? Midnight?
Sorry?
Sorry, Prof. Probably, can I take that one?
Please.
Okay.
Prof, you don't have to wait until Sunday to submit. You can actually even submit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So that is just an indicative that probably just submit it by Sunday. But if you do it a day earlier, the better.
Mm.
But the 11:59 is Sunday midnight.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Fantastic.
Excuse me, Ernest.
Sorry?
Ernest.
Yes, please.
Yes. What would happen if you are unable to attend a class just for various reasons?
Okay.
Are you asking in terms of if you're not able to attend a live class?
Yes.
Well, I think we'll do our best to work with you. Again, our preference would be for everyone to attend those live classes, but we will do our best to be understanding if there's a legitimate reason. So again, I think it's also important for us to remember that the goal here is for us to take this as a student would experience it. And in all of our teachings, if our student is not able to attend the class, or they will look at that reason as to why they're not able to do that, and react accordingly to that situation. What we cannot do is be able to offer multiple live classes based because people can't make this one. We're not going to be able to replicate those sessions over time in different groups. But if you're really not able to do because there is a specific situation that's impacting you, please just reach out to us. And if you can do it in advance, that'll be even better.
Do you have savings? Can you save the recordings of the class or something like that?
Go ahead, Ernest.
Okay. I should mention that, as you notice, this session is being recorded. Okay, and it will be available to you. So this and the next session that we'll have, which is next Thursday, will actually be uploaded on the same course under Zoom recordings. Okay, so in case maybe you joined late or maybe you missed whatever legitimate reason, then you will find a recording of these sessions under Zoom recordings on this same course. All right.
Thank
I
you.
can see Philip has his hand up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I think I just wanted to say that this is an asynchronous course, meaning that you are actually engaging with the material. You're on your own, looking at the which module I am in, when is it due, and working on those activities and making sure that the assignments or activities have been done on time and submitted. So the bulk actually relates that it is you as the participant and the material. So the two sessions, live sessions, is really to, if there are any issues that the facilitators can attend to, then you can be able to come and seek clarification, but also they are available for consultation. Ernest, I think, when is your consultation hours?
We have them over here. We've indicated them on the homepage. All right. So,
yes.
Yes. So what we'll do, we'll share the actual details.
And actually, there are only 2 live sessions. The rest of the course is purely asynchronous, you and the material. So we have tried to make sure that the instructions are really clear for you to be able to navigate through the course, and the course should be speaking to you just as if the instructor was actually there talking to you. Over to you, Ernest.
Great. Thank you, Philip. I hope that was clear. And I can see Tutaleni has already expressed the same on the chat. And I hope also Charity's concern was addressed with the 1159 response.
Ernest, please, another question.
Sorry, yes.
Yes, I've opened my Blackboard and I don't find the course where I'm a student, this particular course.
Okay.
Is it an oversight or?
Okay. The meeting invite for this meeting, you got it on your email, right?
Oh,
or was it shared with someone else?
I'm just like you say that I'm unable to access the USIU email.
Okay, so somebody shared these details with you.
Yes.
Okay. Nonetheless, it should be under courses. What we'll do, we can talk about this after the meeting. You can email me. Just email me from your personal email address, and then we'll sort it out. Okay. But ideally, you should find your course under courses. But still, you see where I am, right? If I come here under course search, I can, on the left side, just key in MCL, that's for Masterclass 004, Masterclass Cohort 4, right? Okay. Sorry, so it's not a course.
Course name, course ID.
Oh yeah, thank you. So you have to select its course ID, contains MCL 004. If I go there, it should come. All right. So let me just take you through that again. When I'm in the courses tab, I come on the left side, do a course search. I say I want MCL 004, but because that's the course ID, I click this drop down to set the ID parameter, and I click go, and I should be able to find the course. I hope that helps. You can try it now, but it should be fine. Okay.
But ideally, they should be able to see the course even without going through that long process.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes. So if you're still unable to see the course, just reach out to me, and we'll see what's wrong and try to fix it. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't do it for each and every one of us in this session. I hope you can understand. All right.
How long should if I go to module 1,
Yes.
How long do you think on average a student takes to go through all the things that are in module 1? Reviewing the material, maybe not the quizzes, but reviewing the material.
Okay. So we've, Philip, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, the course is designed in such a way that you should spend up to 8 to 10 hours a week, but it's up to you to decide whether day one I want to spend an hour and a half, or 2 hours, so that I can be able to go through the material. So the week 1 has module 0, 1, 2, and which one?
Yeah.
0, 1, and 2, right?
0, 1, and 2.
Yeah. So within that, it should be you should be able to manage time in such a way that you're able to go through that, but ideally it is 8 to 10 hours a week. How you plan to spend your day, it's up to you. You can decide, I want to spend 1 hour today or 2 hours, and so on and so forth.
Thank you, Philip. So it means that how soon I get over and do my assessments in module 0, it will open module 1 for me.
Correct.
Right?
Correct,
so
yes.
All the students are going through this, as we are going through this material at our own pace.
Correct, yes. And you'll find that there are activities you're interacting with one another. So you need to post your maybe comments or work for somebody else to come and probably reply to it in terms of discussions. There are places maybe like you are filling a table in Google Docs. You require others also to be there to contribute to that activity. So work is ongoing.
Do you get to group us, or do we group ourselves?
There are no groups per se, but you'll see, like, there's one activity where there's a Google sheet and everybody's posting, and you're seeing what they're posting, and then you're asked to comment on somebody else's work. Then there are discussion forums. Yeah, that way.
Is that Google
Thank
Sheet
you.
the same as Google Doc?
Google Doc is for word processing. Google Sheets is a spreadsheet. And what do we call the
Okay, so Google has
the PowerPoint?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Google Slides, Google Docs, but
Google
you'll get
Slides, yeah.
Yeah, but you'll get to interact with all this technology. Don't be frightened. The good thing is we are here to help you. So do not hesitate to contact us for whatever thing you find is not clear. We may not answer everything right now, but you will find that once you get into the course, everything will just fall into place. So I can understand the anxiety, but you will be fine. We are here for you. Okay. I think in the interest of time, I'll let Tutaleni give the final word, after which we'll close the meeting.
No, thank you everybody for coming today. Really great questions. I do understand that, especially as we are introducing these materials, it can seem a bit overwhelming. But I think once you go through it, you'll find your own pace, and be able to navigate very well and enjoy the experience. But again, you're not alone in this space. Please feel free to reach out to us if you're running into any issues, and we'll do our best to assist you either through email. We can set up Zoom time. We can have both synchronous meetings or asynchronous, whatever we need to do to assist you to get through the course. So, but thank you for being here.
All right, so thank you everybody, and thank you for showing up. We hope to see you in the course. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.